Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and it's once again time to look at my stuff. That's right, it's another haul video. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, so it's actually given me more opportunities to buy stuff, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But hey, at least I get to do these fun videos with you guys. I recently just got back from the Too Many Games Expo, or Too Many Games Convention, or Too Many Games. It was my first time attending this show, and it was an absolute blast. This is a video game centric show mostly, but celebrates all kinds of things like music and toy collecting and stuff like that as well. I had the honor or the privilege of being brought in as a guest for the show, which was mind-blowing, and the show itself just treated me so well. So I can't say enough good things about the convention and how it was run. A lot of great people behind the show with Screenwave Media. Awesome stuff, of course. But I had a panel at the show, which was a total blast. I've already put up a video of it, so hopefully you guys have checked it out. I know the audio is not great in it, but it happens sometimes when it's, big room with speakers and we're picking up the microphone off the speakers. But it was a really fun panel that I just decided to do something a little different than I've done at panels in the past, where I talked about 5 of my favorite obscure toy lines. Now, of course, if you've been a long time watcher of my stuff, then those toy lines really don't come as much of a surprise to you. I've talked about all of them at some point in the 8 years that this channel's been up, some of them multiple times, but it was a really cool presentation to do in front of a live audience because most of the people in that room hadn't really seen those toys before, or they forgot about them until I talked about them. So it was a really cool experience getting to just geek out with everybody over these toys. So definitely check out that panel video if you get a chance to. Just had a total blast hanging out with a lot of friends of mine who I've met over the years, who I don't get to see very often from the video game scene. So I got to spend a lot of time hanging out with my good buddy Norm, the gaming historian. Got to hang out with Billy and Jay, the game chasers, Pat, the NES punk, and of course Ian Ferguson from the Completely Unnecessary podcast. I got to meet Lewis, also known as Linkara, shared booth space and a ride from the airport with him. Super great guy, so shout out to Lewis. Of course, my friend James from Epic Game Music, whose shirt I'm rocking, got to hang out with him. My buddy Lance from Retroware TV. My buddy Mikey from Living in 8-Bits, who I also spent a lot of time with. Kevin from SEO Toy Review, who helped me out a lot because he was working at the show this weekend and helped me out with some rides and stuff to get around. So many awesome people. So I'm sure I'm forgetting names. I'm not meaning to forget any names. If I interacted with you, 8-Bit Eric, I'll throw 8-Bit Eric in there too. I spent some time hanging out with him, watching him wrestle, making me wish I was wrestling too. It was just a great event all weekend. And of course, if I was there and hanging out with you, you were not forgotten, of course. It was just awesome seeing every single person at the show, getting to meet new people, and just an honor being involved in a show that had so many great, very talented people from YouTube involved in it. Not only all the people that I mentioned, but guys like James Rolfe and Mike Matai, who I very much look up to. Very much inspirations for me even starting this channel 8 years ago. So it was really cool that they were part of the show. Of course, Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, was there. Lots of guys, Brental Floss, lots of guys who I've watched for years online were all part of the show with me, and so it was just a really great experience overall. So special thanks to every single person that I met at the show. I talked to a lot of people, took pictures, even signed things, which is always crazy for me to sign things. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to come up and talk to me. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor. You guys really make me feel good, and I can't thank you enough for that. So thank you all. And now that I've rambled and said all that stuff that a lot of you guys are probably tired of hearing me say all the time, let's look at the toys that I bought. Toys and video games. This is a video game show. I got a lot of video game stuff. First things first, let's talk about the things that people hooked me up with, because there's always way too generous of fans who like to give me stuff. A fan brought me this really awesome Takara Microman Gamera figure, which is super cool. If you look at this, it comes with a Microman figure that actually fits inside of a Gamera costume. So it's like I was joking about it with Jay and Billy from the Game Chasers, how they basically made a figure of behind the scenes of a Gamera movie, because it's like the Microman is basically representing the actor who's inside the Gamera costume. That's so bizarre and crazy and awesome to me, and I love this. So thank you so much for the cool hookup there. I love it, love it. Cool keychain. I'll give a shout out to Joe Goes Retro. He stopped by and talked to me for a while. Check him out online. Look at this sweet little bottle opener / keychain he gave me. That's awesome. Love the little freebies like that. This is from Retro Toy Review, so definitely check them out as well. They are making vintage Masters of the Universe figure stands, which is really cool. Because, you know, the vintage Masters of the Universe figures, they don't stand up great sometimes, and they don't have holes in the bottom of their feet. So he designed these stands, or they designed these stands. There's probably, I don't know if there's multiple people behind. I would assume so. But check that out. Nice little, it feels like it's a resin stand made of like green, kind of a brick design. This one is specifically for the clawed feet guys or the monster feet guys. So they've got different sizes for the standard feet as well. But check them out. They're at Retro Toy Review, and you can check these out at retrotoyreview.storeenvy.com if it's something that you're interested in. I thought it was super cool that they brought that to pass off to me. So happy to give them a plug and a shout out. Speaking of plugging and shout out, this is another awesome fan who actually had a booth at the show. He came over to my table specifically to give this to me, and I thought that was really cool. It's Nerds Clothing. You can check them out at www.nerdsclothing.com, making awesome t-shirts. Look at the box that this comes in. How amazing is that? It looks like a Nintendo cartridge coming out of a sleeve. Look, the t-shirt's inside there. And the design on the t-shirt, as you can see, it's Ninja Turtles inspired. It says, "Nobody ever respects Dork Society." So, acronym for nerds, of course. And you can see the fun designs on the turtles. They all got like glasses on and really fun t-shirt designs. So, and you see the t-shirts inside the box there. So, really cool stuff. They had an awesome booth at the show where they had tons of different t-shirt designs. So, definitely check them out. nerdsclothing.com. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for this cool hookup. All right, let's look at some of the stuff that I picked up. Oh, here's another hookup. I got to give another shout out to my buddy Kevin, a.k.a. BuzzChuck, a.k.a. SEO Toy Review. Definitely check them out. They've got a great toy channel as well. He's been a big supporter of me for a really long time. I shot a video with him while we were at the show for his channel. I did a special guest appearance, and we talked about action figures with this particular action feature. So at the end of it, he actually gave me this Shadow Wing Batman because he knew I didn't have it. I always talk about this being the Silverhawks Batman because Kenner gave him the exact same action feature as the Silverhawks had. And so this is really awesome. It's opened up, but I'm for sure going to display them. And I will probably do something video-wise with this figure somewhere down the road. But until then, SEO Toy Review will be posting a video with me on this figure, and I'll make sure I share it when it goes up. So very cool. Thank you again, Kevin. All right, before I move forward, I'm gonna have myself a drink here. I got a nice can of High C Ecto Cooler. I gotta give a shout out to Sexy Armpit. My buddy Jay at the Sexy Armpit. Definitely check out his blog. He sent this to me, which was super cool. And the reason I'm drinking it here for this video, first of all, I'm really thirsty, and it sounds good. And yay, Ecto Cooler! But I feel like this is a great representative of the whole weekend that I had at Too Many Games. The Ecto Cooler was flowing like wine at Too Many Games. I don't know what it is, but like everybody who was able to get a hold of a bunch of this stuff brought it to the show, and they were just passing it out. So I got handed so many boxes and cans of Ecto Cooler over the weekend. It was amazing. It was such a cool thing. So I'm going to open up a nice can of Ecto Cooler right now. I'm hoping this gets a little easier to find. I actually still haven't found this in my area yet. I'm hoping to find the boxes at some point, but it's so delicious. Oh my god, it tastes just like I remember it. Okay, picked up some cool swag from the show. I went ahead and picked up some cool souvenirs to remember the show by. These were the exclusive pins for Too Many Games. I've been on quite the pin collecting spree lately, so I will be adding these to my collection of sweet pins. I love the Zelda themed one especially. That is really cool. So I got those. Okay, let's go and talk video games. Let's get the video games out of the way, and then I will show you the last few toys that I bought. I always love picking up stuff like Famicom games and stuff at video game conventions like this because it's a place where I get to see them and actually go through them in person. And I do have a Famicom, and I love picking up Famicom games that didn't come out here in the US just because I want to play them. I want to play some new games. So there was a booth there that had a ton of them. You can just dig through them and find some stuff. You know, I kind of looked up some videos online to see if they looked interesting, and also used Ian's advice on some of these. So I picked up Metro Cross, which looks like it's just one of those like endless runner kind of games, but it looks like it's a lot of fun. Looks really cool. I picked up Dragon Buster. Ooh, shiny gold card. Ian says this one's not great, but it's still kind of fun to play, and it looked all right, so I'm going to give it a shot. It looks pretty cool on the gold card. And this one, I got a really good price on this, and I was really happy to pick it up. It's Mighty Final Fight. You guys might, or maybe you don't know, if you're a collector of the retro NES games, the U.S. release of this particular game is going for about like $200 or so loose, at least I'm told. And I picked up this Famicom version for $30, which I was willing to spend on it because I just want to play the game. And that's a much better price than the US release. So Mighty Final Fight. I've always wanted to play it, and now I can play it. So really cool. Works great for a game collector. So, all right. So some more games I picked up. I got G.I. Joe, the Atlantis Factor. I got G.I. Joe, the Taxan version. I got Zen Intergalactic Ninja, which is actually kind of a more rare game for the NES. And I got Muscle for the NES, which is not a good game, but it was cheap. And maybe you know a theme here. Maybe you see a theme. 2 G.I. Joe games, a Zen game, and a Muscle game. Maybe. There's a reason I picked them up, though. And then I picked up 2 Sega Master System games. I love the Fantasy Zone games. So I picked up 2 Fantasy Zone games. I've actually never seen Fantasy Zone the Maze before. It's a very different type of Fantasy Zone game. It's like a maze game, almost like a Pac-Man looking type maze game. And then Fantasy Zone 2. These are fun shooters. Really love those games. So pick those up for my Master System. So that's my game hauls. And that'll bring us to the final toy hauls here. So here's what we got. I found this booth at the show that just had all of this awesome old Nintendo stuff. I mean, tons of it. A lot of old Nintendo toys and a lot of cool Nintendo swag that you never see. Really weird and obscure stuff. They had a bunch of folders with like Link and Mario on them from the 80s. They had like a stack of them. They had like one of those box totes that you put toys and stuff in. That was Nintendo based. Lots of cool stuff. But they had a bunch of toys as well from that era, and the prices were so good that I couldn't pass them up. This is one of the Nintendo trophy figures. I have featured these on here before. I've been pretty lucky with these lately. These are pretty rare, and they get really expensive online. And I got this one for, I believe, $10 from this vendor. Yep, $10 price tag on the bottom. And I didn't have this one. I love it. So it's Mario with the Starman. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so glad that I'm adding to my Nintendo trophy figure collection. Also from that era are these amazing carded Mario and Luigi clips, like figure clips. Like those guys where you squeeze the shoulders and the arms open up. Still carded. They were released by Ace Novelty Company in 1989. And they're amazing. I love them so much. So I'm so happy to add those to my collection. I got these really great vintage Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man figures. Just tiny little non-articulated static figures there. They are so cool. Look at that. I love all the figures from this era, man, because there wasn't a lot of stuff. Pac-Man got a lot of merch, but it's hard to come by now. So along those lines, I also got the cool little wind-up Pac-Man. You wind him up, and as he runs across the floor, the mouth opens and reveals a little ghost in his mouth. How cool is that? Oh my god, it's so amazing. And the other really weird thing that I got from him is this Double Dragon Clicks. This is a travel board game. It's a fold-up board game. So you can see it's got a little window on the front where you can see the dice rolling around in there. It's got some great Double Dragon artwork, and it actually looks like a game cartridge, if you notice. Kind of looks like a Famicom cartridge, kinda. And you can open it up just like this. It folds open. The board game is on the inside. Look at that. The board folds out just like that. Look at that board. How cool is that? And then you open up the little compartments to get the little pieces out here. So this one right here triggers the dice roll. See that? How the dice roll around just by pushing the little button. And then this little door right here, when you open that up, it's got the little pegs inside for the actual board. So here, I'll show you again. See? That's how you roll the dice. And then I could pull the pegs out. Oh no, I just dropped them. So they're on my table here now. But here, let me reach for it. But you got the little pegs so you can play the game. They're magnetic. They stick to the board. This is such an amazingly cool find. I have never seen this before, so I loved it, and it was so cheap for what it is, and I love just weird, obscure video game merchandise like this. So one of my favorite things I picked up. And the final thing that I've got to show you guys here. I need a drink. Hold on. I never saw these in stores by me, so I saw them at the show and I had to pick them up because they were cheap. You guys might remember I did a video on the weird gooage spewing Pac-Man toy that Bandai released. It was like a giant Pac-Man action figure that dumped slime into his head, and then when you press him down, he puked the slime. Super bizarre, right? Well, they released a series of blind bag minifigures with slime for that. So these blind bags come with 3 minifigures and gooage slime, specifically designed for the gooage spewing Pac-Man. I couldn't pass that up. I never saw these in stores. So you can definitely expect me to do another gooage spewing video so I can open these up, see what blind bags I get, and then I can play with that Pac-Man toy again. That really, really weird Pac-Man toy. So, cool. There we go. And that, my friends, is everything from too many games, and too many toys as well. But it was a really great experience. Again, special thanks to every single person who came out to the show that stopped to talk to me. It was awesome seeing you guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think your favorite find is that I picked up. Let me know if you've got any of this stuff, or if you were at the show and you found something cool. Tell me about it. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of my reviews or my haul videos. And until next time, my friends,